First, I want to welcome everyone and thank you for being here for this celebration. I'm Interim Superintendent Rich Dahman, and I'm excited and proud to be with all of you today for this exciting event. To get things started, as I'm sure many of you already know, the Milton High School Red Hawk Marching Band has recently competed in the State Marching Band Championships, taking home state runner-up with their highest score in our 9 years of competitive marching. Please stand and remove your headgear as our award-winning marching band leads us in the national anthem. We'll get a chance to hear more from our band at the end of our ceremony. But first I want to welcome everyone to Milton East Elementary for this on this beautiful October day. Back on April 2nd, the voters of our school district made an incredible investment in our students and staff when they approved a capital facilities referendum to address concerns with overcrowding, improve safety and security, and provide high-quality facilities for academics and extracurriculars. Many people worked countless hours to prepare for the vote and for the upcoming projects. Before I introduce our guest speakers today, I want to send a sincere thank you to the following people and groups for all of their efforts for our students. When I finish this list, please join me in expressing our appreciation to this group. Thank you to our current and former school board members, many of whom are in attendance today, to current and former administrators, staff, and students, to members of our facilities advisory committee team, to the many community advocacy groups, including Vote Yes for Kids, to our partners who are working on these projects with us, including J.P. Cullen, Plunkett Research Architects, Huffman Facility Development, to our partners with the City of Milton, including all of their administrators, Mayor Anissa Welch, and the Common Council, and also to the Milton Area Chamber of Commerce and Forward Janesville for their support in putting together the referendum and working with us on these projects. There are many other organizations and groups that I want to thank. I also want to single out our Director of Building and Grounds, Stephen Schatz. Stephen has done an outstanding job of coordinating all of these efforts, all of the planning that's gone into this. So a special thank you to Stephen Schatz. And lastly, to the voters of the Milton community who approved the referendum that will allow us to create more opportunities and foster achievement for the students of the school district of Milton. So please join me in thanking all of these individuals and groups. We're now going to hear from some guest speakers, beginning with School Board President Joe Martin.
Thank you, Rich. Good afternoon, everyone. As he mentioned, my name's Joe Martin, President of the School Board, and on behalf of the Board of Education, it is my sincere privilege, honor, and pleasure to offer our thanks and, in a greater sense, our congratulations to the entire community. A few weeks back, as Stephen was putting together his agenda of sorts for today, he asked if I would speak, and of course, I've always been camera and microphone shy, so I had to have my arm twisted to do that. But as I sat and thought about participating today, I says, Joe, what are you going to say? And so, to emphasize the obvious, we're at a groundbreaking. Shovels and hard hats kind of give that away. But I would offer, in a metaphorical sense, that we're really not groundbreaking at all. Because, like in 1999 at the high school, 1994 at the high school and Harmony, 1991 at the high school, the 1980s, middle 80s with the middle school, the 1970s with the high school, and the 1960s with 3 or 4 of our buildings from the ground up. We're not groundbreaking at all in the fact that this community has once again stepped up and said that they support and affirm our investment in our kids. Then as now, the community has shown that they're behind us. If you let me borrow another metaphor, I've got my hands at my side, with the caveat being I have to hold on to my note. That's to signify that hands down, this is an incredibly good school district. The investment made by our community, both now and in the past, has allowed our students the opportunities and especially the achievements that we're also very proud to celebrate. Today is one of those celebrations. While it won't be an achievement of our students per se, what they're able to accomplish in the future years and days certainly will be. All of those achievements and accomplishments generate a great deal of pride in all of us. I know it certainly does in me as I wrestled with, on the way to come to today's ceremony, what I was going to put on. And if you'll forgive the informal attire, I eschewed a tie and coat for a Milton sweatshirt. Because that to me shows off the pride that I have in our school district, and I think that a lot of you all folks feel too. And I could borrow another metaphor and take my brand new headwear that Cullen just supplied me and remove it, because today is about hats off, not hats on. And to all the groups that Rich highlighted in his remarks, we truly do say thank you and hats off to all of their investment. And now, if you'll indulge me a little bit, this is the interactive part of my speech, and I'm going to invite the kids to pick up on this. I tried to figure out something to make it both poignant and relevant for today, and what came to me was a hashtag. And while I don't use those regularly, I'm certainly aware of what they are. Hashtags, in the social media context, signify a thought or an idea or something that you believe in or that you espouse and want to promote. And certainly folks share those to that degree. The hashtag I've got in mind is hashtag WAM. You see head nods, I think some of you are familiar with that. It's an acronym for We Are Milton. And so if you endure me one other metaphor here, if you would envision me as a football coach in a giant locker room and calling to mind that hashtag I just highlighted, if I asked you, who are we, what would you say?
We are Milton.
Who are we?
We are Milton.
Once more, who are we?
We are Milton.
Yes, we are. We are Milton. Live it, embrace it, and celebrate it.
Thank you, Joe. And I'd next like to introduce Vice President at J.P. Cullen, Jeremy Schechterly.
Good afternoon. Thankfully the weather held out for us. I've been to some of these where it's let's hurry up and get this over because it's freezing cold. My name is Jeremy Schechterly, Vice President of JP Cullen. Very honored to be here today, having been directly involved with all of the effort and development in getting us to this momentous occasion. Cullen's relationship goes back decades and decades, long predates me, and we've touched, I think, every building in this district from some kind of construction standpoint, improving it for the further education of future generations. But it's more than just about business. At last count, between our employees and their family members, we have direct connection to over 200 people that live in the Milton community and go to school here. For example, somewhere in the audience is Jackson Rudder. His father Casey is an estimator with us. And Jackson goes right here to East and looked out the window and found out we were doing the construction here, saw the fence going up, and got so excited, went home and said, Dad, were you there putting the fence up at my school today? And thinks he's gonna build the whole thing by himself, which is fantastic. Those are the stories that we want. Those are the connections that make us proud about what we do and why we like to be involved in these things. On behalf of the entire Cullen family, we'd like to congratulate the Milton community for their investment in their community and its future. And for allowing us to be part of it. To all of the students that are here, this is important for you as well, because someday down the road, you are going to be farther along in life, and you are going to have a family of your own, and you're going to be an adult in a crowd like this, having been asked to make an important investment in your community for another generation's future. So remember this occasion, because it's just as important for you today as it will be for you in the future. To all of past board members, current board members, faculty, staff, administration, teachers, and all the students, thank you very much for allowing Cullen and PRA to be part of your team to take Milton forward. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to introduce Scott Kramer, Managing Partner at PRA Architects.
Well, good afternoon. Again, my name is Scott Kramer, Managing Partner at Plunkett Research Architects, or PRA. Well, I guess in Milton, 3 times is a charm. It took 3 times to get this referendum passed, and congratulations to everybody who was involved in that process. I would really like to put out my thanks to the current school board and past school boards that I've worked with over the last 17 or 18 years working with the district, as well as to the whole community of Milton. There are really 2 things I'm thankful for. Number 1 is the school board continuing their quest to create and update the learning environments for all of the students in Milton today and for those students who are to be coming in the future. And for 2, having the trust in the PRA and Cullen team to take you through this process. And it was a long process we went through 3 very complicated referenda to get us to where we're at today. PRA has been a partner of the Milton School District for over 17 years now, and having worked in every single school in the district through 4 different administrations. Now, these new projects are the culmination of work that we actually started back in 2006, 2007, when we first started looking at the conditions of each of the schools within the school district, understanding those deficiencies, and then beginning the master planning process to find out what could Milton be in the future if we did something. So that's when we started, 2006, 2007, and here we are today. I really believe that the community here in Milton supported this last referendum because it wasn't a one-school solution. We're touching every school in the district to some extent, and at a tax rate that is at least palatable to the majority of the tax holders. Now, once completed, these additions and renovations will take the school district well into the future. It's not just for today, but we're looking out 10 years from now. So again, congratulations to the School District of Milton and to the entire Milton community, the students, and everyone. So thank you.
I'd like to again thank our guest speakers for their words, and issue another round of thank yous to everyone that was involved through the planning of the referendum, getting people out to vote, and all of the work going into getting the project started. As you'll be seeing soon, there'll be a lot of work taking place at our elementary schools, starting over the next few weeks, with work at the high school and the middle school beginning this coming spring. Following our band leading us through the school song, we're going to take some pictures here in the back where we have the dirt and the shovels. We're going to ask students, school board members, community leaders, administrators, and the project team to please stick around for pictures with the official groundbreaking. So I want to again thank you all for being here with us today, and I'll turn things over in conclusion to the band for the school song.
Do you know the new words? No.
Thanks again to the band for an outstanding job. If we could have, for the first picture, school board members and City of Milton officials come to the back for the first picture, and then we'll bring some students up for the second picture.